Hey guys, it's Ice15 with another video this time, and we're finally going to be doing a review after I mentioned it before. We're going to be doing a review of the Hasbro's PulseCon exclusive Lord Drakkon Evolution 3 figure line collection figure. I should have said line collection first, but again, you get my point. But just obviously to go over the kind of like what this thing is obviously a convention exclusive from last year, Hasbro's PulseCon, which they made because, again, the pandemic canceled San Diego Comic-Con for at least, as far as the meet and greet, as far as like the actual in-person type thing. And also Comic-Con had like a at-home thing for multiple things like Transform. Well, as far as the Hasbro stuff, they up there obviously doing their own thing, but as far as Comic-Con goes, they just have ringside stuff, and then ringside had like an at-home thing and stuff like that. As far as the Hasbro stuff, they have Hasbro PulseCon, and they have a bunch of exclusives going from Marvel Legends, Transformers, and then this being for the line collection. Now, I will say I didn't get this the first time going. It went out of stock very quick. But then they had another round of pre-orders for this figure, and now I placed my pre-order, and I finally got this. And I just arrived like last week. It finally went through, and then it finally went through, and then arrived last week very well. But going over the box first, obviously, we got the Power Rangers line collection Drakkon Evolution 3 right here. Here, like I said, and then we got a cool like shattered grid design, shattered glass thing with everything in the shattered grid. Same thing on this side, again, saying the same thing. Drakkon Evolution 3 with that same thing, and maybe a little bit different, but same thing over here. Then Power Rangers line collection up here, and then on the back doesn't really have much to say, and yeah, you can also see the actual box in there. But going over the box, well, the actual box, the sliding is off because it's a sleeve. We got we got Lord Drakkon himself, a description. The evil Lord Drakkon keeps his helmets of the defeated Power Rangers as his trophies, displaying them around his throne, to strike fear into the hearts of those who oppose him. So there's that. At least as far as the back part, we also got just a cool artwork for Drakkon Evolution 3. Same thing on the side. And then Power Rangers line collection, Drakkon Evolution 3. And we just got this cool window, which again, and this is where the figure was, and we get this cool like just that kind of like distant void type thing. And it's mostly, I think this is from the final battle with the Rangers and Drakkon himself. Oh, so yeah, that's kind of like what I'm thinking it is. And like I said, other than the bond, this is how I actually got it out. And but like I said, it's not too hard. Again, there's just twisty ties and stuff, and you just have to cut into them without cutting the figure and everything. I will say that little booklet thing is still stuck in there if you guys can see it. Then finally, my Power Rangers logo right there, and that's enough of the box because I just wanted to go over this because it's also different than the normal line collection box, of course, because it's a convention exclusive. And now that's it. Remember. And let's move on with the figure itself. So real quick, just before I go in the articulation part of the review, this also comes with the set also comes with this cool kind of artwork I can't cover thing. If I can just pan it out for a bit, and sorry if I did, but this cool artwork, which is kind of like a cover, but not really. I kind of wish it was a cover, but one of the covers. But again, this is just kind of a cardboard, just a card art, but we got the shattered grid up here, Binding Power Rangers. Picture of Lord Drakkon and with all the damaged helmets that come in the set. So yeah, just a quick thing I wanted to do before going into the articulation part of the view. Or at least you can kind of see, I kind of already did because I'm working a little bit backwards in the recording department, but again, and that's enough. Now let's move on with the figure, the articulation. So here's just Lord Drakkon himself. Now let's go over the articulation real quick, obviously, since this is just as far as like the body, it's the same thing. So going over the articulation real quick, head can move up that far as a little hindered by the collar and stuff, and just the way it is, and still doing the whole no neck thing. it can go down that far. Again, not too hindered, but still a little bit hindered. Because again, it's just going on the sides and everything. You do have a little neck pivot, but again, it's a little hindered. You got a diaphragm joint up here. Again, goes side, swivel around, goes side to side. Sorry if it's all, but just do it again. The arms can go up that much. I will say it's a little bit hard to do on this side. You just have to get like under the armpit. You have to do it all, and this does go out a little farther than. Now this is the same. It is a little hint. I will say it's, or at least it goes out a little bit more, but not completely. But yeah, we go into a T pose. It also has a bicep swivel as usual. Double joint elbows. Again. I'm pretty sure that's all I can go. But again, like I said, there's that. And then you also the hands go 360. The arm also has a butterfly. Also, this has a butterfly joint. Also, I keep forgetting to mention that during some of my reviews. Sorry if I did. And then, like I said, the hands do hinge up and down. And then also he has a ab crunch we can use in tandem with the diaphragm joint, which can go in that far. And there we go. The belt can shift a little around a bit. We'll say that now. And legs kick up that far. You also get a thigh swivel. Double joint knees. Again, knees, not elbows, just to not get confused. You also got a boot swivel. You got a toe hinge, which is not very... Which I think it was a little stiff when I first got it, but again, now it's not. But I think it may haven't, but both of them do. And then also a beautiful ankle pivot. So you can just replicate all the poses from, well, not only this art thing over here, but also, just from the comics in general. But yeah, all of the articulation you need and everything. So now it's more on the details of, and now let's just go over the detailing of the figure as far as the look and all of it is. But it's there's not too much I can go over with this, because obviously it's the same buying mold we've been getting for most of the line collection figures, but. And then the only thing new is the belt, because again the holster, the boot cuffs, the wrist gauntlets, and then the helmet, and also the shield. Because again the cape, which again that's also new, as far as I know. But we're going over real quick. It obviously has all the detailing of the Lord Drakkon between from the comics. We have the red line going in there, which kind of reminds me of Fies a lot. Which the line only goes that far. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I don't know. It kind of makes me wonder. You got the boot cuffs right here, which again, you can see in the comparison layer with Lord Drakkon that they are different. The belt here is also, again, different because, again, the holster, because, again, also the normal Lord Drakkon had the holster for the Dragon Dagger and stuff like that. But going over real quick of the belt, the Morpher, which, again, I don't know, it's a little... Paint's a little hazy, but again, it's just a very small thing. We also got the wrist gauntlets here. Again, just show you real quick. Again, also the boot covers, the boot cuffs just kind of have some black well right here, and then doesn't really have much on the other one. I don't know. That's another thing. We got the red line continuing up on the arm, and then we go up to the shield and the helmet, which again, going over the shield part. Obviously this is new, and sorry if you heard that. I turned that sound off again. I don't know. That's just like a typical thing. But here's the shield, which is also new. And also we got the cape, which again I'm okay. It has enough like depth so it won't fall over completely. But it's just having a balance just kind of irks me also. If anyone knows like a custom cape that actually fits this guy, that kind of just fits this guy, any like custom cape, comment down below. But again, it has just basically this molding. And then we have the shield, which also looks like it. The gold is okay. And then we have the Gem of the Master, which is, I think, from Mystic Force, because again, there was some like tie-in issues with Zeo, that's how we got the Zeo Crystal and evolved in Evolution 3. There was Ninja Steel when he was trying to take the Ninja Steel powers and broadly destroy this Morpher. And then there was Mystic Force, which I'm pretty sure this is when he got this and became all-powerful again to achieving his final form. But looking at the helmet real quick, also again, that's probably one of the biggest things of this figure. We got the Again, honestly, as far as the look of it, it's in black, and we still have like the fusion between the Dragon Sword and the Tiger Sword. Or we got the red eyes and the visor and the very cool metallic white, and then we got these spikes on the side. I will say over here, if you guys can see it, that the gold just overlaps just up above it. Again, you guys can see it front. Again. And it's not too bothersome because it's not noticeable from far away. I don't even think you guys can notice it from that far. But that is pretty much it for like the detailing of the figure. It still looks pretty good. Now let's move on to accessories. So going to accessories real quick, I will say it's kind of almost and then we have like the usual stuff we get with Line Collection, and then we have some extra parts to it. But first getting like the basic thing out of the way, we got the Interchangeable Hands, which we have a pair of weapon holding hands, which one of them is on this arm over on this. One of the hands are in here, the right hand, and then also here's the left hand. And then we get something like these claw-like Force Lightning type hands. I don't think you can actually do the Force Lightning, but I'm just guessing at this point. But yeah, we get two. We get one of them's already in there. I have this one right here. I don't know if I'm going to put like the other one in or not. I'm still debating. I will see it now. And yeah, I'm just realizing that something is up. But again, and also what comes with this Dragon 3 figure, we also got the Lord Drakkon head, which I'll just pop off a little bit, and sorry if I knocked into the laptop, and just to pop this on real quick, which again, I can't really say it's like too easy to pop on. I will say that now. Now I will say that, and yeah, this thing's not easy to stand with the cape. I can hold it down a little bit, but I just kind of don't want to do the whole just balance on the cape thing. But here it is, the head sculpt, which I can't really say the articulation for this. Again, it's just fully a little hard to do again with just the no neck problem. But now to pop that off. But now next thing, going over after putting the head back on, we got the other accessory, which is Saba, which there is actually a big difference between this one. Well, as far as a few things here, paint-wise, and then another thing added to this. Is from the original Saba. Here's the original Saba from the White Ranger from Wave 1, and here's the other one. Now, the biggest thing I can tell you is that the golds are completely different. It has this much more of a pale gold, and then the same paler shade of gold, and then the same thing with the silver down here. It's a little bit more pale instead of like the kind of shiny, which I prefer this one, but I'm okay with this one because it just adds that aged look. I will say it now. We got also the gold for the hills, as far as those can. But again, you can probably tell significant things, but even though I don't have it up, you can definitely tell like differences between that. So just putting the other side on the side for a little bit. Now we can also put this can go into his hand real quick, pretty well. Again, like that, like I said, and just take it out real quick. Like I said, but it can go into his hand pretty well. But again, and going over just the other, and as far as the added details to it, we got the Tiger Stripes like the original, and I just dropped it. I don't know why I did that, but Tiger Stripes as the original. But the added thing is they have gold on both sides, which I'll show you in a little bit for the original one. And we have the red eyes, and then we have the gold orbs right here. Here, again, just look at the red eyes real quick. Again, that's a big difference between this one, which his whole face is just silver. There's no red eyes. There's only gold on one side, which is weird. And then there's no gold orbs. But yeah, that's kind of like the biggest difference between those two. But the actual big difference of this one is that the head can pop off. So you can actually get like a accurate shared grid version, because obviously after the kind of first story arc where he, or at least before, like the prelude for Shattered Grid, he tore off Sal's head, so you can actually have an accurate version of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry if it's not like a long frame, but again, like I said, you can see the difference that. And now let's move on with the last accessory of this set. So now going over like the other accessories for this. I really don't know. Sorry if I have to cut off for a bit. Honestly, I'm really just trying to like split them up and most of it. But besides that, we also get like this little base part with all the damaged head skulls right here. So just looking at all of them, we got red, which I'm just gonna pop off. Again, all these can pop off very well, and you can put these on different figures. But here is reds, and yeah, there's nothing too much to talk about. Again, it's the same head sculpt as the Line Collection one and the one they just messed up on. Besides that, we just get black kind of like paint, which is basically just the damaged parts, the cracks and stuff like that for the helmet right here. But again, it's just okay. And then we got the silver right here for the visor, and yeah, there's nothing too much to talk about. Again, it's just really paint. I really wish they would have made like some different molding just to actually show damage. But besides that, just popping off green, which I'm gonna actually pop onto the Lightning Collection figure that I have, and here it is, just the way it looks on the figure. And yeah, it's just pretty much the same thing. We got some black, like static crack things and everything like that, and then we have just some silver on the visor again, and then just some black up here. And yeah, there's nothing too much to talk about the rest of them. We got training, which looks again okay. We got silver on the visor, and then black just going over in here. And then finally we got Kimberly's helmet, which is just the weakest. I'm just gonna say it's the weakest. It's just a white static type thing, and that's it. But yeah, that's enough with that. Let's just keep the damaged one green back here. Also cool, but then also another thing to do with it is you can put the Saba in this, and again it can work as like just a display piece for it. And again, it just looks cool. But finally is the effect parts, which again there are two sets. We got electrical effect parts 1 and 2. So putting this right here, again you could use it for like multiple things, but also that falls off. And then you could put this has a peg right here, which you can slot into here. And you got two other like slots here, and you can just peg that in, then peg these two in, and there you go. I will say they don't really peg in that very well. And so you can actually get like something from this artwork over here. And yeah, that's not the greatest, I will say it now. And yeah. And there it is. Just the way it is, at least as far as I can do for right now. I'm just saying that they're okay, which again I'm still gonna think of getting a stand for it. And you gotta see these effect parts in the end of the video anyway. So that's enough of that. Now let's move on with the comparison parts of the video. And then here's a comparison with the base form Lord Drakkon with Evolution 3. And again, they're the same height. I'm just messing that now because again, you might see it, and it's on camera. It's a little bit not the same height, but it's just mostly the placement of this laptop off camera, and just the way I have to do it, so it's not like they're both fully in frame right here. But they're the same height. Again, I can pretty much, when you're looking at both of them in person, they are in the same height. But yeah, I can see like a difference to it, but not only like just the parts and this, obviously but also the designs. These are completely different from the parts from the Risk-Ons are obviously completely different from the ones here, so they are new sculpt, almost and everything. And like I said, And the helmets are also different. Again, I'm just saying like the upper arms and the most of the body are completely different. And that's mostly it. The belt's also new, but yeah, looking side by side with these two, they're pretty good. And they're pretty, and just have. If you just want like a Lord Drakkon display, I'm just hoping they release the Evolution 2 and Evolution 1 and Evolution 2. The Samurai armor and then the Zeo armor thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now let's go on with the comparison with just it's different more Power Rangers, which is again what you expected, and that's Green and White Ranger because again it's just still using the fusion aspects with both Green and White. Well, I can't say even again White. I never thought this form, but obviously Green Ranger did at the end of the comic and everything on the lines of that. But again, that's literally what you kind of expected me to do. So, yeah, both of these still look going to unsigned aside with Drakkon Evolution 3, but again, and for the most part, like I said, and there is just comparison with just any Ranger. Again, these are the only two I can at least get out right now, but I'm also gonna just do one more, which is Ranger Slayer, and just to move these over a little bit, like I said, I will say it's a little hard to stand him up without him at least falling over and just at least just I'm balancing on his cape. But again, here's just Ranger Slayer and Drakkon Evolution 3 to just side by side comparison. I literally almost forgot about this, and this is kind of like the only other figure that's not like like a pose that I feel like if I mess it up, it's just not going to. But again, you get the point. But yeah, side by side, these look pretty good. I'm still hoping for a Kimberly Lord Drakkon, the Kimberly version of the Lord Drakkon, from the Dragon New Dawn comics. Because again, I still need to track down that Ranger Slayer comic. Like I said, that's pretty much it for comparisons. Now let's move on to the final thoughts. And there we go. There was the review of the Lord Drakkon Evolution 3 figure. I just got him on the Mayfix stand. I have the effects parts on there and the base. Again, it's not really working that well with the Mayfix stand. That's why I want to try to get the stand from Hasbro Pulse, which again, also has got the Evolution 1 figure, which just to take off the head. I will say I'm recording this first, and I'm recording everything. But yeah, but there's just everything of the Drakkon Evolution 3 figure. And I'm just gonna say, it's actually worth the money. And again, it's one of those just exclusives that don't cost too much, and I think it's still, I don't know if it's still up on. It did just get in stock lately, and again, that's how when this came in, and such. But again, as far as anything goes, I do recommend this figure. Besides the slight gold paint, a little bit on a little hazy gold paint on the helmet there, which is not very noticeable. It's just like the one side, and then also not the neck, doing the whole having the whole no neck problem and everything. I'm still gonna think of putting some epoxy on there to fix that problem. I still haven't tried it yet. I have epoxy. I have for a while. I've had it for over maybe a year, maybe 2 years now. I just haven't used it yet. But on the plus point, then yeah, I'm just forgetting that I'm having this wrong way. But I don't know. I like the base. I like the damage helmets, even though they're not really damaged, because they're just using the existing molds and just putting paint on it. I will say pink's the one of the weakest ones, but again, they're still pretty good, and they can still use it for display. I just have it with the Green Ranger helmet, but yeah. And then also the Saba, so you can actually just you can have the headless Saba and everything. Again, I just prefer playing it with the version 1, and then also just the first version of Lord Drakkon, and just for my display. I think I might actually just have this effect piece and just on a stand, or maybe even on the like a throne, and so I can sit on there. Which I'm still thinking of getting like a custom cape, but I don't know if I'm gonna. It's not gonna really be easy with this cape at least, but yeah. I still recommend this thing. The box is pretty cool. Again, it's just one of those exclusives that I was able to get. I'm still trying to track down the Jason 2-pack at least, but I still recommend that. But besides that, again, I do I know I basically just said this. I recommend this for people that are a fan of Lord Drakkon and this form in general, and then also just is just a diehard fan of the Mighty Morphin comics in general. I'm again very much worth the price. And that is it. Remember to like this video, comment down below. Sorry if I said it like I really recommend this like 3 times. I completely just it's just one of those points when I'm trying to be quick and everything. And remember to comment down below. Do you have this figure? Do you have any like paint issues? Do you have that same problem with the neck? Have you fixed it? Anything like that? What cape? What like custom cape would you recommend for this figure? Anything at all? What and is it worth the price? And you think it's worth the price? And stuff like that. Remember, subscribe, tap the bell. More videos coming soon. Since we got all the Mighty Morphin stuff out of the way, at least for now, until like the metallic armors, and before I get the metallic armors, and then also the Aisha and Scorpina 2-pack, and then also the winning 2-pack. Hopefully, that's still easy to get at least. But that's like. But next up, I'm going to be doing some more Power Ranger reviews on more of the line collection that isn't Mighty Morphin based, but also finally review the Beast Wheeler and Beast Chopper Sword, or it's from Beast Morphers. And that is it. And this is Untitled Chapter. We're kicking out of here.